Thank you, Prabhu. I really appreciate. Sorry, I didn't give you a lot of time to, but it came from your heart and really touched our hearts. Thank you so much. We have about 25 minutes to glorify His Holiness Mahavishnu Maharaj. So, Ayush, if you can come and offer your offering, the glorification first, being one of the sheltered disciples, and then whoever is can speak in glorification Maharaj, that would be very nice. So we start with Ayush.
It's a personal talk and I haven't actually heard anything to say.
So what inspired you to take care of
How to explain? When I hold a mic, I just get
When did you first meet Mahavishnu Swami?
You can talk about that.
What year?
In 2017, when I first met him, like, the first when I saw him, it's just like an attraction. Like, when I saw him, I just feel like when I started going to ISKCON and then started everything, and then I know like we have to get initiation and all those things. So like I met first Jayapatika Swami Maharaj and then Mahavishnu Maharaj as well. And when I met, I just had feelings that like whenever in my life, if I want to take an initiation, I will take with Mahavishnu Maharaj. I don't know how, like that time I was not even know about much about bhakti and anything, but I just feel like I want to make him my guru. That's the feelings I got, like first when I saw him, and from that day I just started like listening him, and whenever I see him, I just feel like to be with him, and like it's just like kind of feelings when I started. And then slowly started listening his class and all those things, and I get more inspired, and I feel like yeah, this is like I really wanted to take an initiation from him. I don't know what else I have to say.
What made you want to take share of Maharaj? What was different about him than maybe some of the other?
Harinam Ruchi. So the way he's do the kirtan and all those things, I just have like I feel like this is what I also want in my life, and I just want to follow him. So, thank you. I don't know. I'm already sweating. I don't know what to say. What to say.
Before I just wanted to say something. Today is obviously the Vyasa Puja of Maharaj. I just got a message from earlier that Maharaj's health is not great, he's having fever. So I just we offer our prayers, and we have asked her to chant the Narashima prayers today for the betterment of Maharaj, so everyone can celebrate nicely. So I was very fortunate. I mean, I've seen Maharaj's videos, how enthusiastically he performs with a beautiful hat, very attractive hat. But I was very fortunate that I was able to host Maharaj and his servants in my house. I don't know how. I got a call from Chaitanya Chandra, and he said, "Can you host?" I said, "Of course, the whole house is there for you. Please come." So I was very nervous going to the airport and waiting for Maharaj to come. And my first vision of Maharaj, I was thinking, okay, a sannyasi clad, reverend clad sannyasi will come. I know I can recognize. But then what was astonishing was, of course, Maharaj came. Both the assistants were playing Mridanga and Kartal. And all the people who are coming out of the airplane, they're also chanting and dancing. and the two herostesses who are coming, they're also chanting and dancing. I was thinking, this is amazing. How is it, how can the purity just touches people's heart quickly. And then we were walking from the gate number 12, Virgin Airlines, to the exit. usually takes about 10 minutes, but for us it took 30 minutes it took us. Because Maharaj went detour into cafes, two Chinese national pilots were coming, he stopped, made them chant. They also chanted very nicely. And then he went into a bookshop, made them chant. And what his thing was, anyone smiles, because he's got this beautiful attractive hat, and he's got this personnel, which is very attractive, as Arushi said. So anyone smiles, he would immediately go to them. Okay, chant, chant, chant. And I was just amazed how he would connect everybody to Krishna. Like, I'm an introvert. For me, Krishna conscious will be like, sit in a corner and do it. But he's an outrovert now. He'll just go out there, put himself. Sometimes, obviously, people feel uncomfortable, but still, he'll make sure that they chant. And the first impression when he came home, wanted to have prasad, when he sat down, you would not believe, my first thought process was, this is Prabhupada sitting in front of me. I felt so profound, and of course I made a big mistake. There's a bit of a contamination of chili in this pizza. And Maharaj was very angry, he chastised me heavily. And I again remembered Prabhupada for that. How Maharaj got very upset with me and he said, can't you do anything properly? It was a massive, beautiful blessing, I will never forget. And I just felt that Prabhupada was living in my house at that time. And one last thing, very important. My conversation, Maharaj, either during airport or during, while honoring prasad, this is the difference between a pure devotee and someone like myself. Maharaj was seeing Krishna conscious in every little thing. And I was not able to see Krishna cause even in greater things. So for example, Maharaj asked, what are you going to do now? I said, Maharaj, I'm going to mow the lawn. Mow the lawn. You are going to cause harm to the grass. You know how much they will be hurt by your cutting? I said, but I'm cutting for my deities. I want to make the garden look good. But yes, but you're still harming the grass. I wasn't pulling the grass out, but still, he was that. And it wasn't just he was genuinely concerned. And then a few other instances how he interacted, how his consciousness was so deep that he was able to relate everything to Krishna, and sometimes even the greater things we're not able to relate to Krishna. Every little thing he can relate to Krishna, how everything is Krishna conscious. And most importantly, he talks about Prabhupada every time, Prabhupada. How they are so committed and the mind is so engaged, as Prabhupada said about following the Vani of Prabhupada. Amazing, every sentence. Even my Guru Maharaj, every sentence in his lecture will be Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said. So it's amazing how to hear that. So I was truly, truly, absolutely honored, blessed. And finally in the airport, I think it was a trick question, but Maharaj asked me a question that I was sitting down. He said, no, sit next to me and I want to ask a question. I said, Maharaj, you're asking me a question? So Maharaj asked, tell me one thing, like when the body dies, how does the cells of the body still alive? The soul is left. I said, Maharaj, what are you asking me? I'm like, no, I had a question I wanted to ask Prabhupada, I forgot to ask. I'm asking you now. I said, okay, Maharaj, I'm just going to answer and you can tell me. Then I explained a few things and I gave the example of Vena, King Vena, where he had left the body, but using all the medicinal oil and they revived him and so forth. And I said, look, Maharaj, my understanding is the cells do live a little longer, but eventually there are souls in the body, they also live one by one. I said, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I think I got my answer. So, look, I wouldn't have given any good answer, but again, it's just a mercy of Maharaj. So I hope he can come back again. I hope I can serve him. I was very, very fortunate. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Sumedha Mati. Don't cry. You're allowed to cry.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Yeah, as Saraswati mentioned, I was also very fortunate to serve Maharaj breakfast like every day. But I was doing some tasks to do. So I cooked one day upoha for him. He liked it. Then another day he asked for chutney, tomato chutney. He chastised me as well, Prabhu. He asked for chutney with imli, like with tamarind. So I made that, and he said, "Where is the sugar?" I said, "Prabhu," I said, "Maharaj, you asked for tamarind." He said, "No, I want sweet chutney. You don't know how to make chutney." I just apologized. Sorry, Maharaj. We'll make another time for you. So yeah, and he's very sweet actually. He's the first Maharaj who used to eat lots of sweets. He asked for Mangla sweets. I had to get a box full of sweets for him. And then next day I asked to keep some Mangla sweets for him. And he's the first Maharaj who ate lots of sweets, and he's so sweet and cute, as Mataji was telling. That's how she got attracted, that he's so cute. Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj, please share.
Hare Krishna. Actually, I used to see many times his videos, and I would always think how enthusiastic he is, and how attractive, same like wearing a hat and different, stylish, having that little harmonium, something different. So how much everybody is, coming, and he makes everybody sing. So that was very much curiosity in my mind. I would really inside cherish, would one day I would see him or he would come here. And then suddenly one day Arya said, my Guru Maharaj is coming here. And to be very frank, I didn't know he's the one. Like name actually, I didn't know. So then I said, who is your Guru Maharaj? Can you show? He said, I will show you the photo. And the moment she showed me the photo, and she said, oh, he's coming here. I said, oh, Jai, really? That was my really one sort of desire. Would I meet him personally? So that day I was very happy that, wow, he's coming. And I had a same chance to join his, Kirtan one day. And really, I have never ever seen in my life anyone doing such a, wonderful Kirtan, like involving every single person, from boy till age, all age sort of people. He would, how he's attracting and making them sing. I think we all should learn, especially the people who go for Kirtan. We should try to follow some of his steps, like the way he does. We can at least try, to do so. And it really makes the environment very, very nice and lively. And the way people were also enjoying, and they were not offended or, making faces or what is this. They were happily coming and joining. That is the way how he did. That's the power he had. So that's all. I don't know much about Guru Maharaj. So thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We had the blessed opportunity to serve Maharaj personally, and it's the first time, so we were very happy. As my Prabhu said, he felt he was serving Prabhupada, I felt I was serving my Guru Maharaj, in one way because they're God brothers. And the two experiences I had was I picked up his washed clothes, which the boys had hung in the line at the back, and they went to the beach. So before they came back, I ironed all the clothes, all the brahmacharis, everybody's clothes. And then the boys were thankful, but Maharaj came into me and he said like, oh, you're like my mother. You serve me like my mother. Nobody ever irons my clothes. I just wash them and wear them. That's what he said. I said, Maharaj, please give me more seva. And then he got all the chastisement, but I got all the love. That was the best part. The other part was in the afternoon, when they came back from the beach, Maharaj was exhausted. And he walked straight with a single tunnel vision, straight to the backyard, our Jula in the pergola at the backyard. He went to there and he just picked up and he said, can I sleep here, Mataji? I said, oh, Maharaj, you can sleep in your room, it'll be comfortable. He said, no, I want to lie down here because we have to go for the program in the evening. Then he lied down there and everybody just went upstairs. Everybody were out, like they were all tired, exhausted. I was sitting down in the lounge and reading something. And then Maharaj, so many times in his sleep, he said, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And then I thought he was calling one of us. So I went running from the sofa to see, but he was fast asleep. I don't know, he was just talking in his sleep, even in his sleep he was saying Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And then the other experience was he had on our front table, we had all these ornaments, and then there was a small Swiss bell that we got from Switzerland when we went. And because Maharaj is full of instruments, he loved lots of instruments. He said, "Can I take this? I can add it to my little thing," like a child. And I said, "Maharaj, we got a big one too if you want." He said, "No, this small one will be perfect for my bag thing that he was having," and he straight away attached it to it. So
What did he say to you? You're my best friend.
yes, huh?
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot it. He said, "Now you're my best friend." So those were the small experiences. He made it very, and like we were super stressed, like how to serve him, what to feed him, but he knew our anxiety and he kept it so simple. All he had was potatoes, baked potatoes, just the whole potatoes. And the best part was he was to enjoy. He said, "You don't break it." So when he comes out of the oven, that was his best pastime. Smash it with the fork and add fresh butter and put fresh butter and have it like that. So that was his favorite thing, that in the night time when he was very calm while he was doing that.
Very nice.
Haribo.
Nice pastime.
Yes, in the little time that we had. He did mention in the class one day that I had the best baked potatoes last night. He did say
Yeah,
that.
that's right. We mastered it eventually. Who wants to go next? Anybody?
Hare Krishna. Happy Vyasa Puja Maharaj. I think after Indradimna Swami Maharaj, I have seen Mahavishnu Swami more energetic and more enthusiastic than him. I've never seen any Maharaj being this energetic and with this closeness with everybody. Like I felt like little Krishna has come to Adelaide. You know, very cheeky, very naughty kind of Maharaj. And very friendly, in fact. It never felt like, you know, with Maharaj always we maintain distance and we are very scared. But this Maharaj was very different, very, very different. I've never ever in my life I've seen someone like him. First time actually when we had been to Melbourne for Jagannath Rath Yatra, we went for street Rath Yatra, and that time I was not aware of him, like, you know, they were doing all that, and very protective with the ladies, like females. Like if somebody comes to dance, like some drunkard or someone, he's very protective. He'll be telling, like, you know, the boys, he'll send the brahmacharis and he'll be saying, go take him away and dance with them, and then he'll send some other girls or, like, you know, to dance with us. So he's very protective that way as well. Like it's not just like, you know, he'll be also looking around, like, you know, everybody is safe around him. So. And then when he came, I was I was not remembering his name, so I was not sure that this is the Maharaj who is coming to Adelaide. And when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, he's back here. And with all that, and I saw his harmonium, colorful harmonium, his hat and his sling bag, and you know, it's so different, and he's very cute. First Maharaj who I saw that, you know, who can go into every room, jump on the bed. I mean, we ourselves, we can't climb the bed. No, I don't think we ever climb the bed. We can't even balance on the bed. And he, at this age, like, you know, super active, climbing the bed. And then the trust he has on all the devotees. Like, he'll not come down normally. He'll just fall on, like, just drop himself off, and then we have to, some, like, you know, all Prabhus and all have to, you know, take him. So cute. I've never, I think Adelaide devotees are very, very blessed to have him, and pray to Krishna, pray to Guru and Gauranga that they give him more and more years of life so that he can pass Krishna conscious, spread Krishna conscious in this way. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Little experience with him, it was very sweet actually. Mahavishnu Balaram Krishna Vaishnava. So when we were in the book distribution. So I was holding books. So he danced with a person and he was just looking at me. I said, why is he asking me to come now? That was the first time. And he said, do you have books? Yeah. And then I understood that. So I said, this is Brihad Mridanga. He doesn't want only Kirtan. Street Sankirtan doesn't mean only Kirtan. It means heavily book distribution, heavy book distribution. Whoever you meet, just give it. So then we went, next day we went to Glenelg. Then as soon as he will dance, he will know that now she will give. because he understood now I have trained her, she is going to give. So he was carefree then. Okay, then I was giving it. So this is what I learned from him. And we all should learn from this, especially when we are going for street Sankirtan. And no, he was very merciful. Like me and Rohin, we, as usual, we reach late on Mangala Aarti, around when the curtains are going to close. Just we reached. And then after 5 minutes maximum, curtains closed. And then he looked at me like this. And he said, you sing, no, not curtains closed, right? They were there. So there's Narsimha Aarti. He looked at me, you sing Narsimha Aarti. Padmini Mataji was sitting behind me. I thought maybe he's asking her only, so I was just quiet. You sing Narsimha Aarti. Then Padmini Mataji started singing even. And then he again looked back, you sing. Then she understood it. And then she gave kartal to me. So he observes. His observation is very keen. That, oh yeah, because we were there for 2 Sankirtan, like me and my son. So he knew that he's his mother. All the relations, he keenly observes. He knows who is there, who is not there, who is new, everything. He looks very cute, very sweet, but inside he is very firm in he's very focused. He wants what is to be done and he is very much confirmed in that. So that's what I learned from him, that be very humble. And in Randall Mall also he knocked on each and every that pigeons, the steel pigeons. And there also he was singing. So every, like, no, Antar Bahir, Antar Nahi Narsimha, Bahir Narsimha, like that. So everywhere in the inanimate, animate. Today we are learning this Bhagavad Gita shloka, 13th chapter. I remembered him. Very merciful to each and every living entity. This is what Vaishnava means. I'm not following that. So yeah, we have to be very extremely compassionate. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, maybe as Puja Maharaji, I had no plans of saying anything, but then I realized I have many beautiful memories of him. So when Maharaji was here, obviously first we got to know about him was from Alia Mataji. She would be very excited, I want to take initiation from him, and she would be showing us videos, and I was like, oh my god, I've never seen any Maharaji like that. So that was my first attraction to him. And then during those days I missed Mangala Aarti, and then Abhiram Prabhu just asked, would you like to host? And I was not very sure, but then I did want to host him, but a little differently, because when I looked at him, and because I have a very it will not be secret now, but I have a secret purpose. Like all the people I teach yoga, whenever I go to teach them, I have a secret desire that they should also know. And I told Abhiram Prabhu, I want to host him, but a little differently, if we could call people who have never come to the temple or will never come to the temple. And then he agreed. And that's when, just before hosting Maharaji, I was told that he's doing Harinam at Randall Mall. So again, at that time I had guests from Melbourne. They were coming to our house. And now I feel that I don't know how Krishna blesses everyone. Like, these are the people who would never ever have a chance to serve any guru, personally. So their whole family was here, and without worrying about them, I just joined Harinam at the Arundel Mall. And there, you've seen me dancing at Harinams and Kirtans, but there I think I was going wild. And even there, like, Aishwarya Mataji has always been very, sincere distribution. And she starts off like that, very sincerely. And even I saw that fun element, fun streak in her. And I told her, I feel like, we are all a family, and we have, an elderly person from the family leading us off for a picnic, and I'm having so much fun. And as an artist, when I came to Australia, I would always dream of, going on those platforms at Ronald Mall and, performing. And that day he took us all up there, and we were all dancing. I said, "Lo, that's a tick mark." And we were all dancing. So it was, I can't tell you, like, it was so in my language, if I say, like, I used to think that as an artist I'm wild, I do random things. But they were kids who were having so much fun, coming to us again and again. They were bringing other kids, like, when I say kids, like they were kids for me, but they're teenagers. And they're coming again and again, and they're dancing with us, and we're going inside those arcades and dancing. I was somewhere scared that someone might tell us off, but we were just doing it. And then when Maharaji came to our place, so I knew from Pratibha Mataji's program, Abhira Prabhu messaged me, be prepared, Maharaji might go to just every room. So we took extra care, we cleaned everything. And but the way we received him, I think Maharaji, I believe that he didn't go to every room. But then I realized, we missed that. But then I realized there was my son's soft toy on our bed. So I didn't see him going, but that cow was on one of his disciples' mridang, and they were playing. I was like, okay, he's been to this room, okay, he did go there. And then I saw their clothes hanging so I didn't know where all they went. So they went in, they came inside, and all these people, all the new people, they were all the new people. And then Maharaj is so humble when he was talking to everyone, and people were sitting very close, because these are the people who are not familiar with how to behave when there's a senior guru around. So when we were serving him prasad, Maharajji was literally sitting at the feet of a person who was talking to him. So Maharajji was sitting down there, and he was sitting on the chair, and when I looked at him, I felt like telling Greg, get up. But they were talking, and that guy is like, he later on told me that he's a Catholic, and then he said, he made so much sense, he cleared so many things. But he chatted with him for so long. I was so surprised, like, how, like, I could not imagine. That scene is going to stay with me forever when it comes to humility. That's what I would like to remind myself of, that this is humility. And then there was this lady who was being over-friendly with Maharaji, like sitting at the same level. Again, I was not very comfortable. I was sitting at his feet, and she was sitting there with Maharaji. And then they're casually talking, and she's like, she was turning 76 or something, in a couple of days. So she told Maharaji, she asked Maharaji, how old are you? He said, I'm going to be 81 next month. He said, she said, I have my birthday in a couple of days. I'll be turning 76. And Maharaji said, really? You don't look like you're above 75. And so she said, thank you. But then she paused. She said, that's amazing. And I was like, oh my God, he is actually funny as well. Like, not only in Harinams, like, he does have a great sense of humor. And then he asked her, have you got a book? So she said, yes, I've got a book. Yeah. And then she got it. I think she got it signed or what. But that was the experience, at my home. And then there was a very casual question that he asked to Ujjwal Prabhu, who was sitting very close to him. He asked some questions. So Maharaji asked him, "Are you Australian?" Or he first asked him, for how long have you been living in Australia? So he said, I think 19 years or something. And then he said, "Oh, so are you Nepali or are you Australian?" He said, "No, I'm Nepali." He said, "No, Maharaj." He said, "No, are you Nepali or are you Australian?" He said, "I'm Nepali." Maharaj said, "No, you are the soul." So I was like, okay, that's a beautiful way. And then when he was leaving, he very humbly asked me, "Did I do it right? Do you think it was right?" And Maharaji, you did everything so perfect. You can never make mistakes. And then as he was blessing kids, Shakti was wearing those flower clips. He said, "This is so beautiful. I want this for my hat." I said, "Oh, Maharaji, I was thinking, oh, do I have any unused, Suchi ones, the ones that I've not used?" I tried to find it, I could not find it. I told Alia Mataji, he likes it, get him for this Vyasa Puja when you go there. And another thing at Tungi Mataji's house, because I had seen, have you all seen Maharaji's video, living in the city of 9 gates?
Yeah.
And I went to him, I told him, "Maharaji, I have a desire that I want to share with you, that I want to do similar things." And then he paused, and then he asked me again, "Okay." And I said, "This is the name that I want to go with." And my idea behind it is the photo that I first saw in ISKCON's book when I first came across. And and then I asked him, "I want Maha Mantra to be there in the logo, this and that." And he had a very, he didn't just brush off the conversation thinking, "Oh, there's this person who has come." He was like very interested in knowing what is the reason, why do I want it, why do we need it, why do I need to do this? And then he just reminded me of the purpose. And I asked him that I am asking you all of this because I need a sanction from you so that I can go ahead with this, because I've lived with this idea for very long. And he said, "Just do it." So I will be doing something, I don't know, by blessings and inspiration from, and I had to ask him, like, "Well, how come you're so fearless?" He said, "That's very good instruction." I said, "Maharaji, how come you're so fearless? When you go, you just ask anyone." He said, "It's good to imitate good things." So I said, "How can we be inspired?" He said, "Imitate. If anyone smiles, go. If they don't smile, don't go. Simple." I said, "That's actually simple." Sitting there and hesitating, thinking, "Oh, maybe this person feels this or that." If they smile, just go to them. So thank you so much for this opportunity. As you all were talking, it was like he's here, he's present, and we are talking about him. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to glorify Maharaji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Namo Om Vishnu Raya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutadeshimati Mahavishnu Swami Tinamne. There's much to say about Maharaj. Yes, so many good qualities. He's certainly very merciful, and for me, I think the biggest aspect of his mercy is his accessibility. We always get to, his association is very accessible, and I guess we saw that when he came to Adelaide recently. We spent many hours in personal association with him in Kirtan, and that's very nice. I think the biggest takeaway for me about Maharaj is he exemplifies very much the verse Trinayad Api Sunichena. You can only, Lord Chaitanya explains in that verse, you can only chant the holy name of the Lord constantly if you do those other things that he mentions in that verse. More tolerant than a tree, more humble than a blade of grass, ready to offer respects to all others, not expecting honor in return, and then only in that way then you can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. And so I guess we would all agree that Maharaj certainly exemplifies the chanting of the holy name constantly, always going on Harinam. I don't know what year this Vyasa Puja is for him. Is it 82? 81st? He's 81. and he's going on Harinam every day wherever he is, jumping, dancing, singing, carrying around that accordion type instrument, and getting everyone else to chant. And you know, I go on Harinam with him for like an hour, and then my legs are like burning at the end of the day, got blisters and all of that, and Maharaj is just dancing away. And so that example makes me think, I guess, how foolish I am that, you know, to the extent that I'm not engaging in Harinam Sankirtan on the streets like Maharaj is. For me, that makes me think I'm so foolish. Maharaj is at 81 and he's dancing on all the streets of the world just all the time. And so he certainly exemplifies Srila Prabhupada's movement, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement, and that verse, Trinadapi Sunicena. You know, if people try artificially, they could try artificially, but then it doesn't happen. You know, so many people say, you know, chanting all the time, that sort of thing, but Maharaj certainly does chant all the time, and extremely enthusiastically. That's another thing about his kirtans, is there's never a dull moment. It's always enthusiastic, and obviously that comes from his bhakti. And so I guess on Maharaj's Vyasa Puja, what I wanted to say about him was the exemplary nature. He's leading by example, and there's much to be learned from that. There's much more kirtan and Harinam Sankirtan I know I can do, and I'm in my 20s, and so I hope, you know, by the grace of Sri Guru and Gauranga, that when I'm Maharaj's age, even when I'm my current age, I can do more Harinam Sankirtan. And so I think as my spiritual uncle, I look up to him in that respect for that example he sets, and trying to emulate that, trying to follow in his footsteps as much as possible, improving my service to Sri Guru and Gauranga in respect to Harinam Sankirtan and Kirtan and chanting the holy name of the Lord, trying to exemplify, trying to learn to be more of this Trinadapi Sunicena verse, so that I can one day hope to chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. And I'm very thankful for Maharaj's association and accessibility for him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, devotees. I think so. We'll conclude now. Offering is done, right?
Yeah, it's done.
So we'll do a quick kirtan. And we'll have Prashadam.
Kirtan Adelaide. Leave a like and subscribe.